Dear Agatha, all right. It's been a wild ride since our near death with the dragon and our near death again with the shapeshifter. But I tell you, he wore my face for a bit there. Did not like the symbolism when it struck Arch down. Anyway, we rescued Gundren and reunited him with his brother. I pray my reunion with my own will be just as good. We also came to an agreement, one that should prove profitable if we hold up our end. Long story short, we're heading to Wave Echo Cave to clear it, and maybe take out the guy who put the hit out on us, Black Spider. I don't really know what to expect, and I feel like we've been falling too much lately for me to be too confident with what we're doing. So if this is my last letter, well, it's been fun. Until next time, and if next time comes, XOXO, kid. P.S. Nice tits.
How's everyone feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, no issues here. Well, how about you guys?
Well, I took a couple hits, but I think I'm okay for now. I don't know what else we're going to be facing.
Right. At the time being, I can rock and roll. So,
Same here. Just worried about spells at this point. Seems like every room is an enemy.
Right. Well, conserve your energy if you can until we know we definitely need it. But I think I saw a door on the other side of this hallway across the way, so we want to head to that one next.
Yeah, that's probably the best plan.
Whatever our marching order was before, I think I was leading it, heading out into the hallway.
So across the hallway, you see the same sort of squat stone slab doorways. Well, one doorway.
No keyhole or a crack or anything I could see through.
Now, similar to the first one, it's just sort of this massive stone slab on hinges.
Putting my ear to the door, can I hear anything?
Roll me a perception.
That's 19.
You don't hear nothing.
At this point, there was fighting just down the hall. If there's someone there, they know that we're here anyway. So, fuck it. Violence of motion, exactly what we did with the last door. I'm gonna throw this door open, and as soon as I throw the door open, I'm gonna drop down to a knee.
When he opens the door, I want to run past to this angle, this corner here. Do I see anything when he opens the door?
Well, you pull this stone door open, again, somewhat heavy. And what you see, it looks like it at one point was some kind of office or storeroom. There's this large stone counter that sort of it's a room in half. You can see these balances, scales sitting on top of the counter.
So is this a solid location then?
On the north wall, you got these cubby holes that are carved into the wall. You can see there's still some dusty paper scraps in there. There are a few corpses, mostly gnomes and dwarfs, judging by their look, are sort of sprawled across the floor in various places.
Is there still flesh on these bones?
Just scraps. They look very old as well.
Okay, so they're old bodies.
Yeah.
I'd like to go in the room, jump the counter, go in this, and just start searching around looking for valuable stuffs.
Give me an investigation.
And I'm gonna check the southern side of the room.
Also, this southern path, that's completely collapsed.
Yeah, that tunnel's totally collapsed from as far as you can tell.
21.
And behind the counter, you find a locked iron strongbox.
A locked iron strongbox. How big of a strongbox?
And
somewhat similar, like a cash register sort of lockbox.
And I rolled a 3.
You find nothing. Okay, give me a dex check for the lock. Can any of you read Dwarvish?
Uh,
By any chance, I should mark
I
this
can
down.
if you need me to read that, or I can take like 10 minutes and do a little spell thing on it.
Right. So we could do that, or I could just fucking open it.
Well, what if it's like a warning or something?
Can we pick up the box and like take it with us? All right, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just throw the lockbox in the bag of holding.
All right.
Right, we'll just worry
That's
about
fine.
this later. Fuck, if it blows
Okay.
up and we're all fucked up, we can do it later.
All right. I'm gonna make a note so we don't forget it later.
Alrighty, so you guys get that. I said the only thing else that's really in this room are those scraps of paper. They look very old, illegible for the most part, judging by the age.
For the
Extremely brittle,
Yeah.
all written in Dwarvish.
Yes, all Dwarvish.
just because I'm somewhat curious now. I am gonna walk over. I'm gonna grab whatever pieces that look like they will survive being transported, and I'm just gonna tuck them away in my journal.
So you pick up a few. A lot of it sort of disintegrates as you touch it, but you are able to get a few scraps that survive basically.
All right, well, I'll hop the can again. Head on out. All right, fellas. Well, nothing on this end. Suppose we fucking head back the way we came and see what we can't find the other direction.
Yeah, let's look through. We can walk through those other skeletons again. Sounds like fun.
Oh, fun. I don't know about that. This dungeon seems to be scariest to me for some reason. Now, I'm not saying dwarves in general, but something about this.
Well, I was gonna say skeletons are kind of like ghosts, but in reverse, like the opposite of like a skeleton is a ghost opposite.
Right, I don't think so. I think the opposite of a ghost would just be an alive person, right?
No, I think the opposite of a live person is just a dead person, which I guess would be a skeleton, right? So maybe a skeleton is more the opposite of a. I don't know.
But how can a ghost be the opposite of a skeleton, and then fucking a skeleton be the opposite of a person? It seems all pretty fucking trivial if you ask me.
The skeleton is like a ghost inhabited a dead body. That does not make me feel any better.
All right, which way do we want to go here?
Sit around discussing the minutia of skeletons and ghosts.
Surrounded by a bunch of skeletons.
Well, as you approach this room, this hallway, it's actually, you can see a faint light coming out of it. As you get closer to this cavern, you do see this this faint sort of green glow. Looking more closely, you see there's sort of this dense carpet of fungus that's covering large sections of the floor, which is what this sort of greenish part represents. It's a bit odd looking. There's these large puffballs that are a foot across, this weird shelf fungus that's growing on the stalagmites. There's like these large stalks and caps that are really, they're like a good 5 feet tall. And some of these puffballs are glowing with this green phosphorescence.
Hey, Mooney, don't get closer to it or anything, but do you know what any of this shit is?
Oh, let me see.
Roll me a nature, if you want to check.
Can I also hit a little nature check, since it is canon that Archie has at least a cursory knowledge of mushrooms?
Okay.
What?
Oh, never mind. I was thinking different kind of mushrooms for some reason.
Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, Archie's fucking tripping balls all the time.
For some reason, that one sentence, I melded Archie and Jesse together. That's a 17.
Like Felix.
Jesse
Felix would have known.
Yeah, Felix
Australian.
all about. I rolled
With a 17,
shit.
Yeah, 4, you don't know anything. With a 17, you do know there's certain kinds of mushrooms that grow underground, lots of different kinds of fungus. You don't necessarily know about these specific ones. The phosphorescence of these ones, I would say, makes you slightly uneasy. There's almost this kind of this acrid sort of sense you get as you're examining them.
I'll walk up a little closer, not touching, but turn back. Yes, I've heard of these mushrooms, these fungus could grow underground. Many different types, but this one specifically has an air of nastiness in a way. A poison that penetrates. I wouldn't get too close either.
So typically, I don't know, when I come across something I don't like, I guess what I'm asking is like, do you think I could, from a distance, try to burn them?
So here I got a point to make about that. I mean, I know you love burning stuff, and you have like an affinity to burning down nature and all that. But see, we're in what's called like a cave that is very contained, and oxygen it's starting to kind of get a little bit thin. I don't know, maybe just to me. I like all the oxygen that I can possibly breathe in. But if you light a bonfire or light some stuff in here, that's gonna fill the place with smoke. And then if I don't know if you've ever smoked anything before, but sometimes if you smoke things that are bad and they're poisonous, then you can inhale that poison. And who knows if these mushrooms are poisonous? Even I mean Moody here, he just said he kind of it's like poison. So if you start to burn the stuff and light it on fire, you might just put poison in the air. Then we're all gonna die. Well, you guys are gonna die. I'm good with poison.
Yes, I was going to say, yes, like Strug's saying, if we burn it, it may be kind of like drinking the blood of Trog. Just killing you in an instant.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like the idea of you drinking my blood. It's kind of freaky.
Yeah, who's drinking fucking blood?
No,
What are you drinking it from?
not on purpose. Well, I mean, do straws exist?
Just on accident.
I accidentally drank this blood.
Sorry, Trog, I accidentally drank your blood.
Sorry, bro.
Basically, please, no fires in this area.
Right, yeah, let's not fucking burn the mushroom forest.
That's a no then. All right.
Right, it's a fucking hard no there, bud.
I do. Well, just a thought for you, Archie. I know, didn't you make? If I can't remember, I thought I saw you make like a potion, or you made your own little poison at one time. What if you hopsit some of those mushrooms and maybe make it into a poison? Or if you ever cook it for somebody that you don't like, you could be like, "Fuck you," and then you could cook this mushroom into it, and then give it to them. Be like, "Oh, this is like a fancy mushroom. If you eat it, it'd be good." But really, you're just killing them.
Right, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea. DM,
Well,
can I harvest these mushrooms?
Well, wait.
No, wait.
Well, some of them you can't because they're massive. There's the shelf fungus that's growing on the stalagmites. There's the big stocking caps, which are 5 feet tall. And then there's the puffballs that are about a foot across. And the puffballs are the ones that have the phosphorescence, yeah.
Right, yeah. So something about the fucking balls don't make me very fucking. I don't know. Something about fucking a ball mushroom just screams like.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want any of this stuff, I feel like me just being the way that I am and the stuff that I can touch and I can't touch. I'm good with the stuff. Maybe it might be good for me to actually pick it up for you if you want it.
I think it might be best if we just don't fuck with these mushrooms. Because something about it tells me it screams like fucking hive mentality. Fucking, I don't like it. Maybe we should just fucking try to pass through here as carefully as we fucking can. We don't want to disturb the mushrooms.
So, Trog, are you immune to all kinds of poison? Or just your own kind of poison? How does that work? Do you know?
I mean,
He was immune to the dragon's poison. We know that.
Yeah, you guys did see, the dragon, it breathed on me. Its breath was foul. You guys about died from the stench. But me, I was good.
Well, my thought is, why don't you step into that room and we'll keep an eye on you and all. that, but you could at least take a look further in, see if there's anything worth seeing. If not, we just turn around and go right back. And I mean, if something happens with the mushrooms, if they're poisonous, they're not going to hurt you at all.
Yeah, all right. I can do that. Go into the room.
I'm gonna
Just walks
right
in.
before he does. I'm gonna tap him on the back and cast guidance.
So
As
as you
he
step,
enters the room, I'm gonna follow him up until like, because it looks like what this point here. Oh shit, fucker! Like,
it's basically the cavern is where the mushrooms start. The tunnel, there's no
Wait.
mushrooms.
okay, so I can go to
Yeah.
about the mouth of and keep an eye on Troggy.
Yeah. Well, you guys do notice as Trog walks in, all these glowing green puffballs just as this poisonous gas, these sort of spores are released into the air, also faintly glowing green. But Trog is unaffected. Strolls into the middle of the room.
And then
Hey
runs in.
guys,
Or
it's good.
I'm gonna put my little doodle up when I see the puffball come out. I don't know if
Little
it
what?
does anything to help me. I wear like a turtleneck.
Oh, I see.
Pull my little doodle up like this.
The spores don't really seem to come outside the cavern. So anyone aside from Trog is unaffected.
Right, Trog. Do you fucking see anything there, bud?
You do see the rest of the cavern, which extends up this way a bit. It seems like at the north end of the cavern, it sort of goes back into this man-made area. So less a natural cavern and more similar to the area you've just been in.
Hey guys, I see there's another way over that way. If we go that way, then we can get to the next place.
Are the spores still flying or are they dissipating?
The spores are basically settled onto the ground now.
Is there a lot? Like, is it covering the ground pretty good, or not?
Yeah, with the size of these puffballs, they have pretty good coverage with them. But after you do notice after they've released, they're not glowing quite as much.
All right. Well, I wanted to hop down and make a spore angel.
So you can do that.
I don't know why that's so repulsive, but it is.
Arch, take a step or two in there. See if anything happens.
You really think that's the best idea?
Do I think it's the best idea? No.
All right, I'd like to fucking enter the room. Me mask is still up, but fuck, I don't know what's gonna happen.
You enter the room, and the puffballs give a little sort of sad. Nothing. A few spores come out, but nothing nearly as all encompassing as what Trog had just done.
They just
Right.
dry heave your direction.
Yeah, basically.
Does anything happen to me? Like,
The spores that do come out are like a bit irritating. You can imagine it might leave a rash if you stay in there too long, but there's not really enough of a concentration to have a big effect on you.
all right, fellas. Well, I suppose if we move slowly and don't fucking kick up too much of this shit, we'll be all right.
The closest puffball, I'm gonna walk up to it and stab it with my rapier and say, "Don't you puff on my friend, guy."
You puff it, you stab it, and it sort of just deflates a little bit in a very sad balloon-like way.
I'm gonna pass Trog and reclaim the first spot. I'm gonna start moving into this next room, just enough around this corner, cutting the pie to see what's in the next room.
So you can see from that angle what looks more like these hewn stone walls. I'll give you the west side is this natural cavern wall again, but the right side is what looks to be the hewn stone walls of the mine, and you can just make out a door.
I'm gonna head right into this room then.
There is a slight cliff, not very tall, like maybe 10 feet, all the way to the north. The thing that catches your eye the most when you walk into this large, somewhat large cavern is the ceiling. It almost looks like the night sky, as these minerals and such on the ceiling are sort of catching some light and sending it back. There are what appear to be dozens of skeletons here. A lot are crushed under sort of falling debris, and they're scattered all over the place. And you do see these two freestanding structures. You can just barely, I didn't reveal it. You can just barely make out this other structure that's on top of this cliff.
Mr. DM, just out of curiosity here.
Yes.
These skeletons that we have fought and the skeletons that we have seen in the storeroom and in this room, are they
Yes.
dressed the same? And like, are they of the same race? Like,
They appear to be mostly, from what you've seen, they're mostly dwarf and gnome.
right.
As far as what they're wearing, it's pretty much all gone at this point. I mean, these skeletons look very old.
Okay. So
Anything they would have been wearing is long.
There's no discernible difference, though, between the skeletons that have come to life and attacked us and the ones that are just chilling.
You might be able to tell with an Arcana check.
Bingo. Well, I can't fucking tell you nothing. I guess I can roll for it, but 13.
13. Are you asking specifically about these skeletons, or just like in general?
Like, in general, have I noticed anything difference between, like, the skeletons that we have fought and the skeleton that I'm currently looking at?
So appearance-wise, no. There's nothing that really sets the not dead skeletons to the dead skeletons.
All right. Well, that's all I fucking needed to know.
Do we know what is mined here?
No, you have no idea.
Looking up at the ceiling, you said like there's these minerals that are kind of reflecting some light back at us. Do we know what
Yes.
those minerals are? And is that what would be mined here, or it just so happens to be here in addition to whatever?
I'd say you probably have no idea.
Well, that's unlike anything I've ever seen.
Those minerals do look very pretty, though. Oh, also, is anyone proficient in Arcana? Trog, you can sense a subtle aura of magic in this cavern as well.
You know, guys, I've been a lot of places in my time, and it kind of reminds me of this one place that I was at. It had like this weird, like kind of weird feel to it. I don't know if you guys got the feeling, but I got the feeling.
Yes, especially after walking through this mushroom nightmare behind us. Something is not right. Something has some kind of control.
As far as that, you have this building on the right, and you can just make out from the entrance this building onto this bank. You do notice as well that every door you've come across has mostly looked like they've been made for dwarves. The stone building on your right looks more proportioned for humans as opposed to dwarves.
I'm gonna point at that. We want to hit that up first.
Yeah, did it just get taller in here or something? All the buildings look big to me. Yeah, we can make our way over there.
I think
As you make your way towards the door, you notice they're sort of cracked and scorched. Still the same stone walls, or sorry, stone doorways, just taller.
Same deal with this one. No keyholes or anything to look through.
Yep, same thing.
I'm gonna hug this wall here, and just make sure that no one is like on the other side of that opening door, just in case. And I'm just gonna try the knob real gently, just to see if it's locked.
Well, these are the same sort of stone slab doors, so they don't have locks.
Oh, gotcha.
They're just the heavy ones that you push or pull open.
Okay. Same deal then. I'm gonna grab this door and throw it open.
So this one, actually, you try to pull it open, but you notice the hinges are sort of partially melted. So you're going to need to make a strength check to force this one open.
What fucking happened in this place?
Right, yeah, it takes a lot of fucking heat to melt metal.
I know, that's worrying. All right.
There's only one fucking thing I know of that can make that kind of heat instantly. If we have to fight another... Well, yeah. But also, if we have to fight another fucking dragon, I'm fucking going.
I rolled a 17.
17. So with the 17, you are able to sort of basically tear the hinges off for the most part, as they're so melted that they're hardly functional. So as you bend the hinges back and force the door open, you see this smallish room. The wall on the south also has a door of this room. You can sort of tell that this room had been damaged by some kind of blast of something. There's dust and ash. The walls are kind of blackened by fire. There's a ton of debris underneath the ceiling that looks like it, sagging down and could collapse. All the furnishings, the tables and the chairs and whatnot, they're all charred or splintered.
Oh my!
Near the bed,
There's
you do see
fire
a
here.
scorched iron chest.
Can Kid discern where exactly this fire or explosion originated from?
Did you step into the room?
Why do we always do
I
this?
did.
Roll initiative.
I got really excited.
There was a fire.
As you step into the room, there's this sort of small whirlwind. Debris sort of starts spinning around and spinning up from the ground.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
What the fuck is that?
He looks
What is
cool.
that?
Can he be on the team?
Can we recruit him? Guys, who's got friends?
So he looks kind of like
Oh.
he seems pretty undead. He's sort of this. It's like a strange sort of incorporeal, but still somewhat solid-looking thing that rises up from the floor, wearing robes. He has kind of a mask on. You can see its eyes, and as he sort of rises up from the floor, the whirlwind stops. The dust and ash sort of settles back down. He's basically staring directly at you, Kid. And
Yeah.
it speaks in this very sort of quiet whisper. Your presence is offensive to me. Your life is forfeit. My treasures are mine alone, not yours to plunder.
All right. Well, we can leave.
Staring directly at you.
Does it seem like it's about to attack me?
It seems pretty angry, but
All right,
it hasn't attacked you yet.
Okay. I'm gonna back up out of the room, and then I'm gonna continue backing up, and then I'm
Doesn't
just gonna
follow you.
leave.
I'm gonna leave.
I'm out.
I'm gonna let everyone know what I just saw, and
Oh, did you shut the door?
oh no, the door is busted off the hinges.
Anyone? The wraith is kind of just standing there, it's floating there. It does float,
Oh.
so you guys can see it if you peek in. It doesn't follow you out of the room though.
You're gonna watch the kid walk away and then look at the thing and then just wave at him.
It fixes you with its sort of dead stare as well.
I don't think he wants us fucking with his shit. Which I'm gonna get halfway through saying that, and then I'm gonna look over at Archie because I know that we actually do like fucking with people's shit, and he might have cool shit that we can take. So I don't know. I'm gonna judge my reaction to how he is reacting to this.
You look over and Archie's already scaling the walls.
Archie's at a full draw, but I don't know what an arrow is going to do to a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna
I'm
go.
a kid. So the only fucking thing I'm going to say here, bud, is I'm fucking worthless.
Well, hey Mooney, are these like the ghosts that is that guy like the ghost that you see or you saw before?
I'm staring at him. Not exactly. This one looks kind of cool.
You do notice as you look at him as well, as he's somewhat incorporeal. It seems like he's stored treasure basically inside of himself in his kind of scorched, blasted chest.
That's pretty cool. Well, I do have a little bit of experience talking to, I guess, undead kind of stuff. I mean, Agatha, like a banshee, is kind of similar, right? I don't really know, but I'm gonna just peek. I'm still kind of away from the doorway, but I just want to peek around the corner just enough so that I can see him and he can see me. Sorry to bother you. We didn't realize that anyone was home. Are you the only one in there? Or?
There's only me.
All right. What about in the rest of this cave here? Do you leave that place very often, or?
He sort of floats and looks basically at the north wall. And it says, "The spectator watches."
The fucking what?
The spectator.
I heard you. That doesn't change my reaction.
I mean, I know that's like the watcher spectates. I mean, it's a bit. Spectate is what a spectator does. What? What? Who is this spectator?
He doesn't explain. He just sort of points forward. It says, once again, just says, "The spectator."
Does this dude look like the guy from the forest, by the way? I should probably ask.
Which guy?
Like the ghost from the forest. Is he a different kind of incorporeal form?
He doesn't look like anything you've seen before. He's a bit more. He's incorporeal, but oddly seems a bit more solid in a way.
Faded a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
The spectator, is he a friend of yours, or?
Well, yeah, what's he watching?
Yeah, does he watch you when you pee? I don't know about you, but I have a shy bladder, so like if anyone tries to watch me, I can't go. So if he's been watching you here for years, I mean, I feel bad for you, man. I see why you're a little angry. If I couldn't go pee for years, that'd be an issue.
I see why he's mad his door's broken.
Yeah, that's fucking
Sorry
pissing me
about
off too.
All right. I'm going to continue on just a little bit out of the way of the doorway and try to get everyone to huddle up. Probably put this to a vote, right?
Team meeting.
Yeah. Is this something that we want to pursue, or should we just keep on going? Because I have a feeling that there's a lot more shit we have to fight. And if we don't have to go through him, we can always come back later.
Yeah, but I'm also not a huge fan of like leaving shit behind us because it tends to follow.
Well, he doesn't. If he was going to attack us, Arch, he would have done it already.
Right, yeah, that's also where I'm at. Like, we've been fucking around here for a minute. Why don't we just fucking leave him alone? But also, he's got treasure.
Well, we can always come back. I mean, I think we should just keep going, conserve our strength, fight whatever's here, and then if we're feeling good and we're still alive, then maybe we can come back and deal with him.
Right, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking... I guess we'll just walk off then, yeah?
Yeah, we'll come back.
I'm gonna wave to Mormesk. See you, guy.
Order, man.
Hope you can pee.
No reply.
These are steps going down?
Yes, those are steps that go up the small sort of embankment.
They go up.
They go up. I mean, they're stairs. They go up and down.
Can I look to, like, the way he pointed? Can I see anything? Like, northward?
Yeah, you see that wall. It's sort of the same blackened sort of stone that the wall Mormesk was in. Of the same kind of style.
To the right here, is that just the wall of the cave? Or
sorry, yeah, that should have a wall there. That's just a wall. There's nothing to the right.
Okay. All right. I guess we're just continuing on then.
Alrighty, so you see this again, this man-made structure. The natural cave continues on a certain ways, as does the structure here. You do see these double doors on the right-hand side here.
Well, I have a feeling there's going to be something in here.
Yeah, I think it's the guy that watches people pee.
Right,
I think you might
say that.
Just for the sake of this, I'm going to cast guidance on myself, and then I'm going to push this door open.
So this door also requires a strength check, this place also looks quite scorched and cracked.
I'm standing exactly where I'm placed, kind of low ready with my bow, ready to fucking rock and roll if something's on the other side of that door.
That's a 17.
17. So again, yeah, you're able to wrench open these. Are you going to open both doors? It's double doors, so you can open one or both.
I don't know what's on the other side of this, so if there's a lot of things all in this room, could be better for us to have like a more narrow funnel point. So I'm just going to open one.
Okay, so you're able to wrench open one of the doors, again, bending the hinges back. This time, no surprises. I will show you what's in the room. You can see what's in the room before you begin. Basically, what looks to be a kind of workshop. Again, there's another door to the north there. This workshop looks like it was really badly damaged, again, by some kind of blast. And actually, Trog, being half proficient in Arcana, you can still almost feel like there were some pretty powerful spells or some kind of powerful magic that was cast in this area. The work tables that are taking up the corners of the room are pretty badly scorched. The plaster's been burned off sort of the masonry walls. In the middle of the room, there's a stone pedestal which has a small brazier, which there's this eerie green flame is flame. It's sort of tinged with black. You can sort of see these black shadows within the green flame. And weirdly enough, with all the destruction that's happening, the brazier and the pedestal have pretty much been untouched and undamaged. Behind the brazier, this very strange spherical creature, which is about 4 feet in diameter, has 4 eye stalks protruding off its body, 2 on each side. And in the center of this body is this one large eye that's staring right out the door.
Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You don't hold back.
It's a spectator. I'm so fucking stupid.
God fucking damn it.
You do hear this sort of thick burbling voice in your head, kid, since you open the door that says hello.
Fucking shit.
So you're the spectator then that we've heard about?
I am a spectator, yes.
What happened here? First off, well, I guess I have to backtrack. You're not gonna kill us or nothing?
You the guy that's watching the other guy pee?
I've never watched anyone pee. And this is all happening inside. This is all happening inside your head, by the way. Speaking.
Do we hear the other people's conversation, or just us and the spectator?
You hear the spectator speaking to everybody.
Okay.
Well, no, it's probably it depends where you are. I might not know you're there yet. Mooney and Archie haven't said or really gotten in sight yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I could definitely see me. I mean, I'm just judging by my location in the...
That's fair. I could probably see you. Okay, so Mooney, unless you make yourself known, it's not talking to you.
Because I set myself up to be able to launch an arrow over Kid's shoulder if I have to.
Yeah. So yeah, so Archie, Trog, and Kid can hear it. And you can hear it if you choose to reveal yourself.
You know, as as far as terrifying folk go, you and the one next door have been surprisingly nice. Nicer than expected. I'm Kid, by the way. What should I call you?
You may just call me Spectator.
What happened here, Spectator?
What happened? What do you mean?
The state of the place. I mean, walking through here, we found all these different bodies and manner of things trying to kill us. This place looks old. Looks like there was people living here once, but not anymore. So what happened?
Things trying to kill you. Old. This mine is still fully operational.
Oh, fuck. Out of,
He's gaslighting you. He's gaslighting you, bro. Fucking light his ass up.
You're right. I'm sorry. I think I'm a little bit under the weather. Maybe What year is it?
The year is 253.
And what year does he tell me that it is?
No, that's the year he's telling you that it is.
Oh, and what year is it?
That's like 1253.
I think I can maybe tell a little bit of why I'm so confused. Where are you from originally? Before you came here?
I was summoned here from my home plane to guard the forge and the workroom.
Who comes in and out of this mine? Are we the first ones that you've seen in a while, or?
No. The dwarves and the gnomes still come and work on their projects in here.
Well, as you can see, we're probably not the normal sort then to come through here. You know, myself, half elf, half human, the frog here, and the halfling
Don't call
back
me a
there.
toad.
But
I would never
we don't
confuse
mean.
a frog for a toad.
Thank you.
But we don't mean you or the mine or any of the miners here any problems. Would we be able to just pass through and be on our way, or?
Of course, guests are always welcome in the mine.
Yeah, we did get a little bit turned around here. Do you know where we could find maybe a map, or how you would what places you would recommend us to check out while we're here? I'm gonna level with you. See, we're here because we might be potential investors in the mine, but we haven't really seen a whole lot of its operations.
This workshop is where many of the mine's more magical properties are missed.
Magical properties, like what? Like the way that they make things explode and stuff.
I'm afraid I'm not permitted to give you more information.
Well, trade secrets, I completely understand. We haven't been able to find anyone here to give us a tour. Is that something that you might be able to do? Or do you have to stay here in this room specifically?
I am here under the terms of my contract to guard the workshop. If you have questions, there is a human mage who lives south of here.
And what is this mage's name?
I believe his name is Mormesk.
Well, we can certainly look around for him. We appreciate your time. Is there anything that we should be on the lookout for, or have there been any issues with the mine? I guess I should have asked that starting off, because if you were asked to guard this place, maybe they were worried about something happening.
No issues. They just want to make sure no one can sneak in and steal the items they have been working on.
All right. Well, if we do run into this mage of yours again, is there any special phrase or anything that we can tell him that he would recognize us as being having already met you, or?
Yeah, you got like a secret handshake or tentacle shake, I guess?
I do not have hands. I am not well acquainted with this mage. He always struck me as the greedy type.
Is he the same one who summoned you?
No, he is not. He was invited here by the operators of the mine to help, oh god, I can't think of study. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word fucking study. Study the magical properties of the mine.
What exactly is mined here? I mean, if we're going to be investing, it's definitely an important thing. We were just told that it was something highly valuable, but having not seen anyone yet, no one's told us.
There are large veins of several very valuable ores running through this area. Mithril, adamantite, valuable gemstones can be found, as well as the undercurrent of magic that permeates the area.
Is that what's going on with like your little flame there? I've never seen flame that color before. Kid, do you got like a hot on?
I am not
Didn't see
permitted
it.
to discuss the flame.
Oh, well, that's okay. We don't want you saying anything that you're not permitted to speak of. So we'll track down this mage of yours. Well, we'll be back if we have any other questions for you. Thank you.
I hope you enjoy your visit.
You know, we hope so too. You take care now. I'm gonna back out the door, look at everyone else, and just be like, "What the fuck?"
So, how'd it go in there?
This place is creepy as fuck. I don't want to be here.
I told you.
Real quick, what was our whole fucking goal of coming in this mine? Wasn't it like a clean, like a sweep and clear mission?
Black spider.
Well, the black spider might be here, and it was a sweeping clear. And that was what I was thinking when we were in there. Like, we can't leave these things here because we're going to be running this mine.
We're going to be sending people in here.
But we could potentially do that because we could just tell the spectator, at least, that we are the miners who work here. because it's going to be the dwarves that come and do the work anyway, or at least lead the crew. So they could just tell the spectator, "Hey, we're with the new mining crew," and maybe that'll be okay. I don't know how I feel about having that as a time bomb just in the middle of that operation, but
Right. Also,
Yeah.
don't these things read fucking minds? Shit. Right. So don't these fucking things read minds or something?
And I mean, just as like thinking from an investor standpoint and like a businessman, like worker safety is a thing you really want to think about. And if we have workers coming in here and then they go and they talk to the guy who can't pee right now, chances are they're probably going to get murdered. So
I think between the two, definitely the guy who can't. Well, the one down here is the one that should be taken care of, definitely. But I mean, the spectator, we can maybe find a way to send him back, convince him to go back, or find out, like, convince him that the terms of his agreement are no longer.
yeah, we could just
Because
say
he's here to-
your contract's good. So get on.
Well,
Yeah.
or the contract's broken because the mine clearly is not safe. I don't know, but we should go and talk to this fucking. He's the only one that I've seen down here. He looked kind of magical, I guess. So we can try talking to him and see how that goes.
You know, what is always fucking great is talking to fucking strange wizard fucking types, right? It's always turned out real well for us.
Here's a thought. Why don't we walk down over here close to the guy who can't pee? And I got a thought. What if the guy who can't pee, if he comes out and takes care of the tentacle eye guy, then that can kind of be like killing two toads with one stone. Kind of take care of each
That's
other.
actually a
and
good idea. Yeah. Well, I think we should try talking to this guy first and seeing how that goes. Because he was decent with us. I mean, he wanted to keep all of the shit, but like, we also want to keep our shit. So, if anything, that's just something we have in common. Plus, like,
Right.
he likes fire. Some of us like fire.
Or
So-
one of us likes fire, but
I'm just gonna tap Trog and be like, "You're much more likable than I am, just in general." So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna make my way into the doorway. Not
Excuse me,
entering
piss
the-
boy.
A hill king.
Is he still in the doorway? Did he materialize?
He's still there, yeah. Angrily floating.
Hey, my guy. How you doing? I know I didn't introduce myself before, but I'm Trog the Frog. Don't call me a toad. This is these are my buddies. This is the kid and the Mooney and the Archie. Listen, I'm gonna level with you. We talked to the spectator eye floating tentacle dude guy, and he's kind of weird to me. I don't know. He was like talking to me like really weird. My head. I don't like. There's not a lot going on up there, but sometimes I like to have my own space. So I don't like it when he was in my head. But hey, listen, if he told us to come and talk to you about some stuff that's going on here, and I was wondering, do you got any insight? I mean, we're gonna be buying this place potentially if if everything is sound and we're gonna take real good care of the workers, and we're hoping that we're gonna really turn a big profit on this and really do all this good stuff. But I just want to see what are your thoughts? What do you have like a profit or loss sheet that you could show us, or like a P&L statement?
He'll sort of stare just directly at you.
And then he produces
Knowledge.
10,000 years.
Comes with the price. Yeah. I swear we're all up to date. The knowledge comes with the price.
Here's a real thought, and here's just an idea for you. I know you really
It's a
got
real thought.
It's a real thought.
I know, you really gotta pee, and the guy's watching you. But what if you seem like a pretty powerful guy, and like I know, like we don't want to take your shit. You like everyone loves their own stuff. I love my own stuff. The kid loves his own stuff. Everybody loves their own stuff. But like, what if you went and you talk to the guy who watches you pee and just be like, hey guy, don't watch me pee, and then you could just like deal with him.
We're not.
Do you gotta pee that bad?
Yes. What is your issue?
With your bladder.
Why can't you pee, bro?
Maybe I can fix that. You may have my knowledge for the right price.
Do you so listen, I know you don't look a day, over like 50, but I think you're not in with the times, maybe perhaps, and like really the biggest thing right now is performances, and here's what I could do for you. Let me lay it out for you. Step one, I can put on the greatest show that you've ever witnessed in your life, and your mind's gonna be blown. You're not gonna care anything about material stuff anymore. You're just gonna want to like pretty much be like my groupie. That'd be pretty cool. You're a cool guy, but and then step two, like you can actually like share the knowledge and stuff that you got, and maybe go deal with the tentacle dude, and then that'd be pretty cool. What do you say? We can spit on it.
His eyes start glowing red as he sort of angrily flows towards you. I'm tired of these games.
What price exactly are you asking?
Items, spells, arcane knowledge.
I reach into my
You're
pink satchel.
wait. Yeah, no, you go for it. Pulls out the underwear.
And I pull out the underwear. Would you like this? No.
Oh, I've got the perfect thing for you.
I pull up my spell page of the silence. The silence spell. Hand it over. I have this. I have not even learned it, if you would like to have it. I also have a fancy material. It turns you invisible. I know you already kind of have that ability, but this lasts forever.
Right. Moony.
Make me a persuasion.
That's too valuable.
Archie, I know.
Buddy.
It's tough.
Make me a persuasion, Mooney.
For
with
both
advantage,
or
'cause
for...
basically Archie just helps.
For both, just for both of them.
Okay. That's a 17.
Oh, okay then.
It was, 18 minus 1.
He'll sort of take both of them in his hands, examine. Well, you know which one he examines more closely.
Oh, of course.
The underwear.
Yeah.
Look at the lace. It lays flat against your face and covers everything.
He'll sort of float back, and both these items sort of disappear inside his chest cavity as he stores them. He'll say, "You may enter."
So, you're a collector of. You're interested in magical stuff, then? Are you a mage, by chance?
I was.
What was your name? It wasn't Marmaduke. Mormesk. Was it?
Mormesk. Yes, that sounds familiar.
Can you tell us what happened here? Do you know what year it is?
The year's meaningless to me now.
Oh,
It's been so long.
But you do recognize that time has passed.
Yes. Things are not how they once were. Yes. He'll, as he's talking, he'll sort of wave his hands, and the door to the south will open. And inside you see kind of like a small library, small workshop of sorts. The knowledge you seek may be in my tomes. You may browse a few.
I'm just going to walk over. What language are they written in? Can I tell?
Various languages. Some common, some dwarvish, some you don't recognize. It seems this guy was very learned, multilingual in his life.
I'm going to look back at him. How long do we have?
How? Until I kill you.
What?
Is that what you mean?
Is that on the table? No.
No.
How long? How long do I have? How long do we have to look over these?
Your leisure.
Fair enough. Well, I don't know if any of y'all can read anything that's on these. I can take time and go through them piece by piece, but it's gonna take a hot minute.
Is there anything in Grown?
Not that you see.
How about halfling?
There's some tomes that are.
I'll go through them and whatever we can parse out for each of us. Just being able to read normally, we'll split up, and then I'll make a pile of anything in unfamiliar languages or languages we might recognize but can't read. Set those off.
So as you guys work your way through this small library, and most of these seem like magically preserved, so they're not as delicate or crumbly as the parchment you came across earlier. It seems it's a lot of history books, history of the area, history of, and quite frankly, even before, since this is roughly 1,000 years prior. You do find maybe 2 or 3 tomes, which none of you are able to read, as well as what appears to be a journal, which is uncommon. You can read the journal, like a personal journal.
We'll read that one out loud.
The first parts of the journal are discussing Mormesk actually being invited to the mines by the dwarves. He says he's coming from a city. Everyone roll me a history check if you're reading it out loud.
By the way, as I was first entering the library, my head was just hanging low. I was just shuffling my feet inside. I am utterly disappointed that I lost my mask that was given to me.
My history check
I'm
resulted
gonna
in a 21.
Oh, jeez.
21?
Another 21.
11.
Right, dude. It's a
11.
natural 19, and I have a +2 history.
So Archie, you recognize the name of the city as being the capital of quite a well-known magical kingdom that is, it's no longer around. It's sort of destroyed and the kingdom sort of faded. He's coming from that city, so you know it's quite old, quite a long time ago. But it discusses him being invited from there to come to the mine. As you keep reading, it goes through just sort of experiments that he's run. He's talking about how he can feel the magic sort of suffusing the mine itself. It discusses him helping the dwarves create a brazier to harness the magical energies of this mine, producing a golden white flame. And as you get closer and closer to the end of the journal, the writing is getting sort of more and more erratic. And in some ways, it's sort of this incomprehensible scribbles and like stream of thought writing that doesn't really make sense. But every now and then it's sort of punctuated with these sort of sane thoughts, warnings almost. Sometimes you'll see him write something about the dwarves they're digging too deep, or they don't understand what they're dealing with until the very last entry of the journal. One sentence simply says, "Oblivion comes for us all."
Can we tell that who the author of this journal was? Is it Mormesk's journal? Or is it someone else's?
You could assume, since it's in his sort of private personal workshop.
Well, shit.
Was Mormesk listening the entire time?
He could hear you. You were reading it out loud.
I don't know if I can tell anything by his face, but can I take a look? Like, does he seem surprised at all with what he's been hearing, especially towards the end?
Roll me a perception.
15.
Seems surprised.
I can get started on these other tomes just to see if there's nothing else that we're missing. It might take me a while, so it might be up to y'all to keep our host occupied, entertained.
If I have a water pouch, I think I do. I'm just gonna keep like making a sloshing noise. Hope this helps for you, guy.
I'll walk up to him. Mormesk. A lot just happened from what the kid was reading. Do you remember any of this?
He sort of closes his eyes as the memories fade. All I can remember is the darkness coming, taking us all.
Do you remember what started this darkness? Did this brazier? Would it be related?
Brazier. Brazier was our greatest triumph. But the dwarves wanted more. They dug too deep. And he doesn't elaborate further than that.
Well, it
Right.
sounds like we might need to go even further. You guys mentioned this
I am gonna-
tentacle floating thing. He didn't...
The spectator.
Oh, yes, thank you, the spectator. He didn't want... He didn't tell you anything about the brazier?
I know of the brazier. I created it.
You do?
Well, helped to. But he guards it.
Right, yeah, why does he guard it?
And could you tell us what it is used for? What you made it for?
The dwarves. One of the dwarf mages brought the spectator from his plane to guard the workshop. The brazier itself is used in the creation of magical items.
Why? Would you know how to fucking dispel this spectator? How to send him back to his own plane?
Spectators are bound by the magical contract that brings them here to this plane. If you could end the contract or convince the spectator that it should return, or you could kill it.
Right, yeah. The thing is, do you think you could help us kill it, or do you think your presence would help us, fucking, convince it to go home? Because you see, the thing is here, I really don't want to fucking kill it. It looks like it'd be a son of a bitch. I think it would be easier for all of you. You don't want the fucking noise of us fucking attacking this fucking thing. So, did you just, saunter up with us and maybe, be like, hey, fucking, these guys are right, you're done. Get the fuck in.
Yeah,
My
just think
presence
about
would-
it. If you come and help us and he leaves, then he can finally pee. It'd be like, you might want to.
All right.
I don't know if you want to kind
You
of.
could pee at rest.
Yeah, you might want to walk out of the cave because if you've been holding your pee in for this many years, I feel like you're probably gonna flood the cave. So, or flood the mine. That's not going to be very good for our profit margin. So if you could just take it outside, maybe find a nice river or something.
Right, and what binds you to this plane? Now that I'm fucking thinking it, I mean, you seem like a pretty cool guy. Why aren't you passed on? It's not that I don't like your company or anything.
I know not what binds me to this plane. My presence will do nothing but cause the spectator to attack.
Why is that? Are you guys not friends anymore?
Kind of been sending undead after him for the past 1,000 years.
Well, so
You
what
could
if
have
we
said that at the beginning.
what if we go up there and we could try to talk to him, and if things go south, then he can just hop in and into the room and be like pow pow, and then do you think?
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh my fuck
Oh
god!
yeah, fucking that's 23.
I will consider your request.
So you're saying there's a chance?
And as you're talking about killing and or sending the spectator home, he'll make sort of he'll sort of cast kind of another magic spell. And the chest that was sort of kept in his chest cavity the sort of loot will sort of materialize on the table. It's an unlocked chest, and he says, "You deal with the spectator, and everything in there is yours, aside from one item, which I must keep."
Is it the
Right, yeah.
I mean,
Is the mask on the table?
No, he kept the mask and the scroll.
Oh, fucking shit.
well, so my guy, that's probably got to be like one of the best deals. But what if we do that and then you throw the one thing that my friend over here gave you into the mix? I mean, look at him. He's like a big teddy bear. He looks a little sad. He was really attached to that. I'm just gonna be rubbing Mooney's sweaty back.
We'll even switch it out for one of our undertakings.
This trade has already been completed.
It's okay, guys.
There's no going back.
I can deal with it.
As this conversation has been going on, I've been in the other room. I cast comprehend languages as a ritual spell, and then for the next hour, I'm just able to touch anything and be able to understand the written language. It takes me about a minute to read one page worth of text.
Some of the languages that you're reading now are like Orcish. There's one written in Celestial, but again, it's mostly just histories. But as you're reading through one of them, could you roll me an intelligence check?
Oh no! You're gonna go crazy.
It's give me an investigation. An investigation.
Oh, okay.
A 10. On one of the tomes, you see what looks to vaguely be a map.
It doesn't appear to be a map of the mines, but it appears to be showing the entrance of some kind of cave or dungeon somewhere else.
I'll make a note of that and tuck that away. I'm going to pull out the little strips of paper, too, that I had tucked in my journal, and just look over those really quickly. See if that's anything of value.
From the
Yeah, from the other room.
the way back room, yeah. Those are mostly just scraps of paper talking about weights and measurements. It seems like nothing terribly valuable.
Yeah, I'll just drop those on the floor. Cool. I'm going to pocket that map.
Hey, Mormon, I got a quick question for you. Who, if the guy that watches you pee, if he's on contract, who wrote the contract with him?
It must have been one of the dwarf mages. Wasn't me.
Also, are there any other beings here that you know of that should no longer be here, besides you and the spectator?
Yeah. Does the Black Spotter ring any bells?
I've not heard this name before. I believe Magdane was the leader of the dwarven mages here.
Do you know these mines really well? Having been here for so long?
I am bound to this cavern.
Well, thank you for the info, and I guess we'll figure out what we're doing.
Yeah. So, Mormon, are you gonna follow us up and wait outside the door?
I will wait here for the sounds of calm.
Do you want like a code word? Like, Mooney over here is really good at making bird noises. He could make like a bird noise for you, like.
Yes, throw one at me. I will give it right back to you.
Yeah, I mean, what if my friend Mooney over here made a black crested titmouse call for you?
You hear of a titmouse Mormon Joseph Smith?
I'm sure I will hear this of your screaming.
Get ready. You want to get your ears in on this. Did you hear anything?
No, you didn't.
No.
I screamed so loud.
You just lean back and open your mouth.
I screamed so loud.
Yeah,
The neighbors are calling the cops.
If you hear that, run.
More so, I'm thinking about how long your mouth was open when we didn't hear it.
That short noise, yeah.
Oh, my brother's gonna get mad.
Well, time is short.
I'm gonna follow after. Can you still read any fucking thing in the world, right? I'm gonna pull out my box.
I didn't want to do it right in front of him, so I'm glad you remember. I'm gonna touch the side of his that box and see what the dwarven lettering says on it.
It literally just says safe box, like 4.
Well, there's at least 3 others somewhere.
There were at one
They're
point.
secrets. We have to unlock them.
Search every inch of this mine until we find them.
Fuck, couldn't you just said safe box? You had to say safe box for
Presumably, there's more than one safe box in mine.
Alright, well, I'd like to try to pick the lock then.
Yeah, give me a dex.
You really want to do that now?
Yeah, I already did it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
guys go
cast
deal with the
guidance.
spectator. I'll focus on this.
I'll cast guidance on him so that he can.
24.
We're working on it for a little bit. You do manage to hear the click as it is unlocked.
Crack.
You open up.
Fucking
It basically looks like a pay chest. Inside, you find 600 copper, 180 silver, and 60 gold.
I'm going to just is it I'm assuming it's like an old style like master lock padlock looking thing. And then the
lock is built into the strong box itself.
Oh, the lock's built into the box. Can I close this box without relocking it? Like, fuck it. I mean, I picked it pretty easy. I'm gonna just close the box back up and lock it. Put it back in the bag of holding.
Without taking the money out.
Well, it's back in my bag of holding.
Okay.
I figured I might as well just take the money out later.
Yeah, when no one else is around.
I really hope from now on you're unable to pick that one.
I know.
Every time you try to open it, you get like a natural 1 or something.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's a natural. The best thing I could roll would be a natural 1 because I get to re-roll.
A natural 2.
Besides a successful roll would be a better thing to roll. But yes, besides a successful roll, a natural 1 would be the best thing.
Yeah. It's either succeed or natural 1.
On our way over back to where the spectator is, I'm gonna pick up a skull of one of these dead dwarves, and I'm gonna carry it with me to the spectator's place.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna follow him up to the spectator's place.
Mooney, he hasn't seen you yet. That's kind of an element of surprise thing. Do you want to go further up this north path here and see if you can hide out there?
Oh, right. That's fine with me. Should I try to sneak through? I don't know where he's at.
Well, he's in this room here. I mean, we can go in to talk to him and have him maybe focus on us, or we could fill up the doorway.
As they're talking, I'm going to start slowly making my way up north.
Roll me stealth check. See if because the door's still open.
I would like to cast guidance on him before he goes. If I knew that he was
as he starts walking by, you give him a slap on the butt.
All right, perfect. Plus a D4.
Yeah, and you are inspired from my.
That is an 11.
Oh, with all of that.
Yeah, it was a bad roll. It was only a 5.
Well, here's what I think we should do. I think that we should show the spectator what has happened to the people that he supposedly protected. And we point at Mormesk and say, that's the guy responsible. And he's trying to convince us to kill you. We try to get Mormesk to come out to him. And if they fight, then they fight. And we watch it until one of them wins. And at the end, we can either try to convince the spectator to go back because there's nothing left for him to protect, or we fight him at low health. Because I just don't think giving Mormesk the upper hand here is the better way to go about it. We get rid of the spectator, we don't really know what we're up against fighting the mage.
but we also don't know what we're getting up against when this fucking thing just makes Mormek. I think we're in between a rock and a hard place right now.
You guys just, however we want to do this, as long as we're on the same page.
I'm
It would have taken
standing
us
there on
2
the other
hours.
side. I guarantee he saw me, but I'm just waiting for you two at this point.
Well, I said my vote. I think Arch, yours is we just go in, convince him to leave, right?
I would like to go with the option that requires the least amount of fighting on our part. If we can just get the testicle, the testicle monster, the tentacle monster, the giant floating testicle, and Mormon to fight, then we just deal with the remainder. So whichever way we gotta kind of pitch it, Mormon's not here to hear what we tell him. So
How should we, if we're just gonna try to convince him to leave? I'm gonna hold up the skull. Are we telling him that he's here for nothing? Because walking in like this might actually provoke something.
Right,
So,
yeah, I would
how do we
probably
wanna-
put your fucking skull not in your hand anymore. Maybe put it down, put it back where you found it. Just
I'll
throwing
toss
that
it around.
right
I'll toss it around this corner.
I mean, so Mormon did tell us that the dwarf mage was Magdane, Mag Dog. I don't remember what it was. Maybe if we just presented it, be like, hey, listen, we talked to Magdane, came from the top, and he told us that he's fired. See how that works, and if it works, great. If not, then we could do the whole like, hey, the reason why we said you're fired is because everyone's dead outside.
All right, I will let you two take the lead on this, and I'm just gonna sit back. And if you need support on it, I'll let it happen. I'm gonna tap Trog, and I'm gonna cast guidance, and I'll follow in last.
Make my way to the door.
The gazer sort of floats and turns to look at you. Actually, it doesn't even look at you. Like it's not even facing you, but two of its eye stalks turn around and are looking at you. And again, you hear telepathically in your mind, anyone who's in sight, the voice of the gazer again say hello. Or sorry, the spectator, not the gazer.
Can I ask me too?
You don't hear anything.
Hey, my guy, how you doing? We didn't do like a formal introduction before. My name's Trog the Frog. Don't call me a toad. Who all followed me in? I know, obviously Mooney. Archie, did you go in? Okay. This is my companion, my friend, trusted advisor. This is Archie, and the guy over here that's the kid. What's your name?
What's your sign?
You may call me spectator.
Spectator. All right, that's a cool name. I like it.
That's
So,
a cool
hey.
name.
So hey, listen. You know how we told you that we're the investors of the place. We were thinking about helping this place out and all that. Well, hey, we were just reviewing some documents, going over some things, and your contract it's with is it Mad Dog or Magdane, right?
Magdane, yes. He's the
Yeah,
one who summoned me.
When was the last time you talked to Magdane?
He has been very busy recently. Maybe 4 or 5 days.
Well, yeah, I gotta tell you, yeah, he's been busy, with the investor stuff that we're talking about. He's trying to put together, all this information. And listen, we were chatting with him. We had a brief opportunity to talk with him here. And listen, this is it's no hard feelings, all right. He thought you did a wonderful job. He's very pleased with your performance. He'll write you a good review. But hey, listen, he told us that your contract. He's ready to cancel it. He thinks that he did a wonderful job here. Like I said, everything, and he was just thinking it's time for you to go.
Roll me a persuasion.
So that's a 24.
As you mentioned, the
35.
contract is finished. The spectator slowly spins around. Its eye stalk still on you. So its actual main eye is looking at you. You can see like its front mouth and everything. You can say, "My contract is finished,
Yeah, that's what I heard.
and I will return." And just like that, this sort of small purple ripple engulfs the spectator's body, and a few seconds later, a little small flash of light. It's gone.
Oh fuck!
Did we just trick one of the like craziest fucking monsters in D&D to like just
No.
get the fuck out?
No, that's a
The
beholder.
spectator's like the
Oh,
the spectator's like the baby.
they're like a
beholder.
baby beholder. Yeah.
Yeah, a beholder probably would have just eaten you as soon as you walked inside.
Yeah.
Right, true.
I'm gonna go back out to the hallway. Hey, Moody, come on.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, coming. Firebolt.
As soon as Moody comes inside, I'm closing the doors.
Wait, what happened? I thought somebody was in here.
Well, there was.
No matter what, I feel like we should probably keep that brazier safe from this Mormesk.
It might be you, Moody. Do you have the best understanding of magic and shit? Yeah, of course you do.
If not me, then Traugius.
Well, Archie and I can take a look around the room if you two want to investigate this thing, see what it is you can come up with.
Yes, so I'll see if I can figure it out. At least see why it's not the same as it was in the journal.
And don't touch it unless you have to. Should go without saying, but...
Yes, I understand.
I feel like if anyone should be told that, it's you, kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go set a fire in the corner of the room. Huddle next
I hadn't mentioned this before, but the sort of rhythmic booming and crashing of the wave is still happening every 2 minutes or so. And in this area, it seems louder.
As Trog and I are checking it out, would you like anything to
I'm
roll?
also gonna.
Anything we can figure out at all?
So whoever's looking at the brazier, give me an
Arcana? Yeah.
Yep.
Right, yeah, I'm the fucking king of Arcana. I just utilized my little doodle.
Oh, I guess I'll cast guidance on on Moody as well.
I have a 15 using the guidance.
I got a 13.
God fucking damn it.
Not good, I'm imagining.
It was Arcana. And was
Okay,
that a failure?
Yes.
Is that what your proficiency bonus?
So I have.
That is a failure.
Oh, does that? No, it doesn't include my proficiency bonus. I just get advantage in it.
Disadvantage, yeah.
However, I do take 1d6 damage in a comical way.
Yeah, let me roll that real quick.
In a comical, is it to say that in a comical way?
It's to the comical or embarrassing manner.
Yeah, it does. So you're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you walk towards this this brazier, and there's debris, there's stuff sort of littering the ground. You sort of trip and fall and smack your head off the stone pedestal as you're walking closer to examine it. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god! Well, I guess I'm not fucking looking at that thing.
Mooney,
away.
with a
Way to use
15,
your head.
you are able to identify the brazier as being the source of magic that is sort of suffusing the surrounding camp. It's acting almost as like conduit of sorts. It still feels maybe not as strong as it used to be. It still feels quite powerful though. And remembering that Mormesk mentioned it was used to forge magic weapons or to forge magic items, you think that you might be able to not permanently create magic items with it, but at least suffuse your weapons with some sort of magic aura, at least temporarily, with the brazier.
So, this makes a lot more sense in terms of my feelings about this dungeon. This is what is almost powering this magical force we keep sensing. I cannot say if it is causing the waves we keep feeling crash, but it still is full of plenty of magical power.
Hey, if we needed a way to fight Mormesk before, having magical ways to do it might help.
Say the brazier, you still think it does the things I said it does, but it does still make you feel kind of uneasy. As if, like, recalling what was in Mormesk's journal and seeing the way the brazier and him talking about corruption, you can tell it's probably not how it's supposed to be for the time being. That being said, being able to make the magic weapons, that stuff still, you think is true.
Based off of what we have heard, this thing is still providing a magical source of power. Could do much damage. However, it does not look the same as what we have heard. I feel like it is maybe corrupted in some way.
I'm gonna draw. I have a small, shitty little dagger in my boot. I'd like to pull it out and hand it to Mooney. Right? Do we want to maybe test it? See what happens? Fucking.
Sounds like the opposite of what all these warnings.
See, I'm a little worried about touching it in general. Bottom line, we cannot have Mormesk touch this. I'm not sure what else has corrupted his mind in his time being here. If you'd like, I could try to touch it, see if I can handle it, but I am not too sure about this.
Like, I know it's supposed to be, like, in the journal it said it was supposed to be white, but I wonder, like, what's causing, like, how is it, what would happen if we put the fire out and then maybe restarted it? You know, have you ever tried to, like, you know, you know, if you put it out and then you start it again, maybe it'll work itself out.
What were you going to say?
I know exactly what he was going to say.
Turn it back on again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering where the black spider could possibly fall in all this, because when we had talked to Radoff, he was saying how a lot of the magic in his area started to really act like things started to act all fucky when the black spider had rolled through. Right? Am I understanding that right?
Yeah.
Like,
no, you got it.
Correct. I'm also wondering, when I looked at the ethereal plane earlier, I don't know if this caused it, but I have a feeling if it's not this, something else is here that is causing it. That may have caused this dark greenish flame.
We were thinking in terms of, like, what kind of danger that Marmoset was presenting this whole thing. But but I mean, the black spider is definitely probably a bigger threat to it. But we just got rid of this thing's guardian.
Yes.
So, I mean, we can try putting it out and you know turn it off and turn it back on again if we feel comfortable enough doing that. But fuck, I mean, we're playing with forces well beyond our understanding here.
With fire?
I guess we're playing with fire here. What a missed opportunity.
I'm going to put on sunglasses. Fire.
Yes, we can try restarting, doing whatever we like, but bottom line, we have to be the last ones to touch this.
DM, can I make my way over and see if I can look up this little, looks like a stairwell over here in the corner?
Yes. Stairwell. That's not a stairwell, that's just a door.
Is the door closed?
Yes.
I mean, so what do you guys think is behind door number 5?
Right, yeah. I would imagine, since he said that he was in charge of the storeroom and the forge, that would possibly be the forge?
I think this would be the forge. That would be the storeroom then.
Right, that could also be the case.
Yeah, maybe there might be something in there that we can look at. It might help us out. Why don't we look in there before we make a final decision?
Right here.
That makes sense. I'm gonna stay at the door we just went through just to make sure that it stays closed.
Mooney, I know, like I'm pretty strong and stuff, but this door, it's a little tall for me.
Of course, let me get it. Do you want strength?
Yeah, strength of this one as well, please.
19.
19. Again, with the melted hinges, no problem. You're able to sort of wrench the door open. And inside, you do indeed see what's wrong? A storeroom. There's not much that seems to be in the storeroom still, but you do see a few worthwhile looking items in there.
What kind of worthwhile items?
You see what looks to be a brass mace whose head looks almost like the sun breaking out of clouds. You see breastplate that is emblazoned with a gold dragon motif. And you see this really nicely carved stone box.
The box, is it, does it have an opening? Or is it closed
It does.
up?
It has a hinged lid.
I'll open the lid.
Opening the lid of this box, inside is this really nice velvet interior, and you can sort of see these metal gearworks inside as well. Additionally, looking at the box, when the lid is closed, there's some holes on top, as well as what appears to be a small knob on the left side of the box.
If I start spinning the knob, does anything change?
Spinning the knob, the gears do rotate a bit, but other than that, nothing so far.
I'll bring that out.
You'd have to spend some time identifying a handle on how this thing works.
Okay. I'll bring that out, leaving the rest inside just to show, as Trog's looking, just to show the other two. I have this box here. Nice color inside and some kind of metal on it. It seems like there's some other stuff inside too. Mace, breastplate. Nothing related to this brazier though.
I'm gonna drag the mace out and hold the breastplate. Hey guys, I found this stuff, like Mooney said.
It seems like you'd be the only one that could wield something like that, but
Gladly use the mace. No breastplate for me.
alright, fuck it. Mooney's got the mace.
I mean, I'll hold on to it if no one else wants it, and then I'll probably end up just selling it, trading it in for new armor once we get into someplace a little nicer. You want me to I'll identify the box.
You can have it. Didn't do anything for me. I will need to look at this mace eventually.
Alrighty. So you cast identifying the box. You see kid sit down, start focusing on his spell as the box sort of is on the floor in front of him. So it appears to be not so much magic as it is mechanical. Something that could be maybe like gnomish handiwork. But it, from what you identify, it appears to be a music box of sorts. Basically, you can use the box as a bonus action, and it will play songs that it knows. And the knob is controlling the volume. So it has sort of like, it can know up to 5 songs at once. And you can create sheet music to feed into the box to play your own music. And in the future, you might be able to find music that has maybe some certain special effects.
I'm gonna pull Trog aside, like so that in somewhere where I can talk to him without anyone else overhearing. If I can do that. This box here might benefit you the most. See, it can play music. Now, I guarantee it's not going to be anything near as good as what you can make, but I figured maybe if you ever need like a background track, or if you wanted it to record something that you play and then it can play it back later, you know, just a thought. Here.
It's a good
I'll
idea.
hand the box over.
Thank you, my friend. This is quite the thing. Is there like any buttons or anything on it?
There's just the knob for the volume. There is like a thin slot in front where it looks like you can feed music into it. So as of now, it doesn't have any music. You'd have to spend some time writing it.
If I can pull the kid aside eventually, could you take a look at this too?
Yeah.
Let's assume
that's
you,
fine. It'll
are
take
you just
another
going to do all
10
the
minutes.
items now?
Oh, my mace. I don't care about the breastplate.
So if you spend time identifying the other two, Mooney, you have a Lightbringer, which gives you a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. And if you're proficient with a mace, you get to add your proficiency bonus. And also, you deal an extra 1d6 to undead when you use it.
Mm.
Oh, and also you can make it glow like a torch. The breastplate gives you a +1 bonus to your AC while wearing it. And you get advantage to saving throws against dragon breath weapons.
Well, what's our next course of action here, though?
Do we want to address the Mormesk situation, or do we want to fucking
We don't
deal
have
with?
a choice now.
Right, yeah. We kind of played our hand on that one. But mate, now we've got this fucking badass tool here, this fucking thing, and we got music box, which the Lord only knows what that's gonna do. I think we can fucking kill him. I think we can take him.
All right. Well, we gotta all make sure we have magic weapons then. What do you have that's magic there, Arch?
Right, yeah, so I don't have anything, but we've got this fucking magic fire over here. Oh, I really...
Right, the stuff that we know it's not working right.
Right, yeah, but what if it's like making super powerful magic weapons now that are all fucking just angry?
Angry weapons. That's terrifying.
You understand that Archie has no understanding of magic whatsoever. Other than like what he's gathered from being around you.
We could act like we're fighting and see if we can draw him here and lay a trap or something for him.
Right, but I don't think it's a good idea to give the high ground. I mean, fuck, we've got the high ground.
Right, we have the home field advantage if he comes to us.
Right, but this is also his home. He's been here for what, fucking going on 1,000 years. We've been here for 20 minutes.
Well, 10,000, but he hasn't been in this room for that time. Presumably, if him and the spectator were at odds.
Right, true. I guess that is a fact on that one. Right, mate. I suppose if you think that's the best course of action in this one, I know I keep using that phrase, but I feel like that's how we should start operating.
Are we ready for the call?
Put it to a vote again. We want to do our fight here?
I'm fine with that, as long as we keep him away from this.
Well, we can have him come in this room with us. Arch, if you want to find somewhere to hide. And I'm going to start casting a spell, but I'm not. It's a ritual spell, but I'm not going to say what it is until after Derek does his thing.
All right. If we're all set, I take a last look at the black, green, and blazing brazier. Go to the front of the door.
Was that a dying one this time?
It was as close as I could from the video that Ty sent me.
And I had cast Magic Mouth, which replicated that sound and repeats it every couple seconds for the next 10 minutes.
Why? Why would you do that? Why would that be a good idea?